Beyond the Brand podcast with your boy Angelo B. As you can see, we have a guest host today.
It's so weird. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good because Frankie is busy. So he was like, go ahead and shoot one. And I was like, all right, bet. Let me get Nate, our movie expert. But it's also your birthday.
It is.
So happy birthday.
So it's perfect timing.
Let me see if I hit the right one. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
We added all kinds
Those
of
are
new? Yeah, we added some new sounds.
No, I was saying it's so weird because I'm so used to when I listen to the podcast, he was like, it's Frankie P, Angelo B. Like hearing that rhythm.
Yeah,
I'm like,
we've been trying to figure that rhythm out.
No, like just hearing Angelo B.
And that's it.
I'm just like, all right, this is a weird start.
But happy birthday, bro. How
Thanks,
old
bro.
are you?
24.
24. Damn, you're going in. I don't know if it's like this for everyone, but once I hit 24, 25, that was when I felt like an adult. Like 24, 25.
It's hit me all. I don't want to say it's hit me already. Like I feel like an adult, but it's like once you hear the word like 24, and it's like, oh, I'm 24 years old. Yeah. And then what's weird, what I think about is like, oh, there's dudes like in the NFL, in the NBA that are like rookies or the first couple of years. I'm like, oh, I remember being
crazy money.
Yeah, I remember being in middle school. I was like, oh, these dudes are fucking old, but like. Now I'm that age and being like, oh, like these dudes are getting fucking millionaires, fucking going in the league and shit.
Imagine how I feel. I remember when you heard somebody's 30, you're like, damn, that motherfucker's old. That's how I feel. Like, damn, I'm 30, bro. Oh my god.
How old are you now?
Over 30.
Oh shit.
I'm exactly 30. I turned 31 in December.
And how do you feel? Does it feel like, damn, I'm 30, or are you just like, it doesn't really matter?
In normal life, no, I feel regular.
Mm-hmm.
But when I talk to like kids, I call them kids now.
Yeah.
That's like 18-year-olds, like 19-year-olds. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm old. I can definitely tell.
I know I know a couple like 19-year-olds, and one of the dudes, he talks like what you see on Instagram and shit.
Like
and
type shit.
Yeah. And I'm just like, oh my God. I was like, is this what it feels like? Is this it? Like,
that's it, bro.
Like it's happened to me where to the point where like memes and shit, there's like trends, like a popular meme that blows up. I'm just like, what the fuck is this coming from? Like that's how I feel when I'm on Instagram and shit or anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm just like, is this a thing now? Like, is this like a trend? I'm like, God damn, I'm getting older. Yeah. Like this is it right
When you
here.
don't know the trend, then you're
or when I'm late to it, or when I'm like doing saying it and be like, bro, that was like last year. I'm like, all right, I'm done.
Just to catch up, because I was looking, I think the episode we did was like 22, and this is about to be, I think this one will be like 43 or something like that.
Oh shit!
So we're like double.
Like, that's kind of like the same when you did with mine.
Yeah.
You were like 26, and then the next time you came on was like 52.
Exactly, yeah.
Like so it's like the halfway point in almost a year. You guys
are
almost
been a while. Yeah, we're almost at a year. So what have you been up to? Anything new? You did drop a YouTube video.
I dropped a few, yeah. And then
which you said on the last one you would do. So at least you did that.
I did that, and I went on for a little bit, like a month or two, and then I took a break because I was just like, it was really with that Planet of the Apes thing, with the new Planet of the Apes movie, where I was like, okay, I'm gonna make one, and then I tried really hard to make a video about it when I thought the movie was like okay. So I was kind of like putting so much energy. I was like, how do I make this a good video when it's like, when I just hit me at the very end, I was like, I just don't really like this. It's not even really worth making a video about.
Wow.
And so,
I never thought about that. Okay.
And so I was like, no, I'm not really. And then I kind of, you get in your own head and you're like, I don't really want to make a video about anything.
Because you could see it in the video where you're like, you don't really fuck with it.
Yeah. Like, and so I'm just like, I'm going to be. And that's all I think about when I am recording. It's so hard recording by myself. Like,
bro, honestly, so when you were on the way here, I was listing some stuff and I just seen it pop up at the top that said audio message. I was like, oh God, this is not gonna be good. I'm gonna have to record by myself. I already was thinking that you're gonna be like, hey bro, I can't make it or something. I'm like, oh my God, but then it was just like,
oh yeah, that's my bad. I didn't even text you last night or this morning.
I know, I was like, oh no, I just seen audio message. I'm like, oh God, because usually audio message,
that's bad.
Something serious is going on.
No, I was just driving.
Yeah. But yeah, so I get that, bro. Like because you want to make content, but when you're not excited about it, it's just kind of lame.
For me, it's more of I get self-conscious about recording by myself. Like being in a room like this where I just a camera and me, and that's
Yeah.
it. And I got to act like I'm talking to people.
Yeah.
Like that.
You did a really good job, though. I really like that video.
I like to think I did.
Personally.
Thank you.
Manny did too. Shout out to Manny.
Shout out to
Manny.
Manny.
He did the edit on one of the reel or two of the reels? One of the reels?
them.
Yeah. I thought you did a really good job, bro. I was really engaged.
I think it just takes more getting comfortable around it, just like it took getting comfortable doing a podcast.
Yeah,
you know
for
what
sure.
I mean? But
yeah, the more you do it.
I'm so used to just recording with Rob and Menda, like those,
I know.
like they're easy to bounce off of, they're easy to talk to, and once I'm like, okay, now do that alone with just the camera,
Yeah.
and then editing is the easy part for me.
Yeah.
Like doing the editing, just cutting out because what it is me being by myself and just being like, like just doing shit like that, you know, where it's just like the dead air, where it's just all right, cut that out. So like you know how like when you edit something or when you do something, like you notice every little detail. So it's like
especially when it's yourself.
Yeah, you notice like, oh yeah, good thing I cut that part out but no one knows. Like you see all of it, just like making a movie, where it's just like the person who made the movie knows how it was made, knows everything about it. So like that's why everyone's so nervous to like show them that, you know. But that goes with anything in the world. You know what I mean?
So do you have a schedule? Are you planning on?
I'm planning it, but like I said in my first couple videos, I know I said it in the first one, but I don't plan on doing like weekly videos or like bi-weekly, like having a set schedule, like every Monday or whatever. I just plan on doing it whenever it's like, when it hits me, it's like, oh, this is worth making a video about.
I will say, I understand that, but don't do that.
Why?
Because, like you said, the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it.
That is true.
So it's the consistency, bro. When you go through it and you just keep doing it, you just automatically get, even if you don't drop it.
Yeah, that's true.
Even if you don't drop it.
That is, I'll
so
give you
like,
that.
even if you want to record it every week, but don't drop it. Say you watch it and you're like, this wasn't it. But you're going to be recording, and now you're in a groove, and then you're just like, all right,
you're
this
like,
one's going to drop.
This is part of the routine.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, yeah. But it's
I would
just
do that, but maybe not drop. If you don't want to drop, don't drop.
That's true. And that's a great point. But me, as a person, like my personality is so like, no, fuck you. I'm not going to do what you want me to.
I know.
And so I'm just like, no, I'm going to do it whenever I feel like it, kind of thing. And like putting that pressure, because I'm already like, I put pressure on myself to fucking get the job done. Yeah. So it's like, I don't want to stress myself out if I don't have to. You know what I mean?
No, I get
so, but at the same time, you're right.
Yeah.
Sure. But that's just my instinct to just be like, no, fuck you guys. I don't have to do it once a week. Like,
I do what I want.
Yeah. That's how I feel about the whole thing. But yeah, I know it's good to just keep getting the reps in of just like, okay, this is just to get more comfortable being in front of a camera. And
I'm also saying it selfishly because I want those videos because I really like the video that you dropped.
Yeah, a lot of people, and I hate, like, I'm not trying to brush off your compliment, but it's just like a lot of people say that, but it, you know, when you create your own thing, that's like me telling you, like, bro, the fucking last episode was sick as fuck. But it's
I
like,
do the same thing. I'm like, yeah, sure.
All right.
You're supposed to say that.
But like, you're not gonna tell me. I mean, I hope someone would tell me.
Oh,
like,
I
that's
would.
not good. Yeah. Be like,
I think that's why a lot of people don't fuck with me because sometimes I'll tell someone and they'll be like, damn, this dude's a hater. But like when I really, it's because I can't be in the middle. I need to figure out how to be in the middle. But like if I really like something, I'm like on top of it, like, bro, I love it, you know?
No, yeah.
And then if I hate something, I'm like, bro, it was ass. Like, it was terrible, bro.
Yeah,
like,
don't do that.
Don't do that. Like, I'm like on one side or the other.
No, yeah, and it's hard because when people hear that, they're like, all right, now it's time to bash this fucking shit. But that's not like the point of it. It's more of just like it was all right. Don't fucking be like, dude, why'd you do this, and that?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, speaking of maybe what you're gonna start dropping, have you watched anything good lately? What have you been watching? I wanted to bring this back because you guys always did this on your pod.
Oh yeah,
I love this part when you're just.
What have you watched lately?
Yeah, what have you watched?
Lately, so I told you I've been watching a lot of the MCU movies. Yeah. I've been on a rewatch.
Marvel.
Because at first it started in anticipation of the Deadpool Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
And then I watched that and I really liked it. And then after that, I was like, I'm going to keep going. Like, I'm just going to revisit them because, like, I've seen all of them pretty much like a million times. Like, I've seen all of them a lot of times. And but it's been a while since I've really like sat down, put it on, watched the whole thing from beginning to end. So I've been doing that.
That's
like
a lot of hours.
It's a lot. But I know that's just like my thing. That's like how I always say it's like, you know, people like golf or people do this or do that. It's like, that's my golfing. It's like watching movies, because it's like I like consuming that and like learning something from that, whether it's like from making a movie or like editing or writing or just like something from a performance. Just like I grab a new thing, whether I've seen it before or not.
Yeah.
Like it's just like it does something to my brain to where I'm like, oh, like that's right there. Like I wonder if anyone else has ever like noticed that. But yeah, as I've been rewatching all the fucking MCU movies, Guardians of the Galaxy was one where I was just like, that one is probably.
I rewatched it, so we'll talk about that too.
Yeah.
Anything besides Marvel that you've been?
Well, in theaters, like as far as new movies,
yeah.
I saw the new Alien movie, Alien Romulus.
Liked it?
I thought it was amazing.
Okay,
I thought it was great.
That's tight.
And I love all the Alien movies, especially the first one.
Okay,
that's maybe the top 10 movies like ever made.
Oh, just period.
Like from the 1979 one. Yeah, that's.
I haven't watched that movie in a like. I couldn't even tell you the last time. I need to watch it.
It's so good.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
Dang,
like
I need to check that out.
I could make a whole
so then that
episode about that.
Tells you how good this one was, because you really love that one.
Yeah, it's not as, I'm not saying it's better than that one or as good as that one, but it's like
it's good enough.
It fits in that franchise, and it's one of the only franchises where it's like it's not like every 2 years we're getting one.
Yeah,
it's like every 5 to 10 years we're getting a new Alien movie. And you know, Aliens is like the second one is completely different than the Alien, and then there's Alien 3, which is completely different from the last two. So like each one is pretty different, and then even one of the newer ones like Prometheus and Alien Covenant, like they're all like, not that they stand alone, because you have to know the story, but it's like it's still its own story.
Yeah, you know, and you could just check it out.
Which is the same with this new one, this Alien Romulus.
Oh, okay.
Which it takes place between the first one and the second one. So you could literally just watch the first Alien movie and then watch this one, and you're set. Like, that's what I liked about it, is that it doesn't make you do a lot of homework to watch it, which a lot of Marvel movies do. But with this one, it's more of just like you've seen the first one? Cool. That doesn't really matter, because you're still going to be able to enjoy this one. Like, you could have not seen any Alien movie ever and still watch this one. And you might miss some parts, but it doesn't like ruin like the experience of like watching a movie.
Sick.
You know what I mean?
Okay, that's a good
so
one.
There's just like, that's one of the few things I really liked about it without spoiling it.
Aliens. Okay, that's dope. I think I watched that. I wanted to talk to you about this, that Saltburn movie.
Yeah.
That movie is crazy.
That movie is wild.
So if you guys have not watched this movie, it's called Saltburn. What was it on?
It was on Amazon.
Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I remember I had to find it somewhere, because I think you talked about it maybe, or posted or something, but Manny told me he heard from you about it somehow. So Manny put me on.
I don't remember talking about it to anybody, I think.
I thought he said you posted it or something, but
I
anyways.
I forgot.
But so I went and tried to find it, and it was on Amazon, and I checked it out, and I was completely like thrown off. Like,
that's like when I showed you Climax.
Yeah. I forgot about that movie. That movie's crazy too.
That's what that was. I remember when I saw that, I was like, that's my everything now. That's all I can think about. Like, that movie fucked me up in like the best way.
Bro,
but Saltburn, that was pretty fucking wild.
Do you know the details of that one? Like, director, like,
I forgot her name, but she, have you seen Promising Young Woman?
No.
That came out, I want to say it came out in 2020 or 2021. That one is fucking, dude, Promising Young Woman, it's not as like wild. It's still like a crazy movie, but it's not as wild. It's kind of like a revenge like movie, in a weird way, not like a violent movie or anything like that. But she directed this Saltburn, which I was pretty excited. So I knew already it was going to be like a wild movie.
Emerald Fennell.
Yes.
Okay.
You got it. No, she's great. She's only made a couple movies. I want to say Promising Young Woman was her first movie, or her second. Like, she hasn't made a lot of stuff, but that's why when Saltburn came out, I was like, oh shit, I'll check it out. And then it started getting a bunch of hype. And I was like,
did it?
Yeah, like it was blowing up for not like forever, but like it was getting a lot of like talks about. You know what I mean? Especially some of the scenes. I'm sure there's people who have seen it. Maybe not have seen it. Go watch it. If at your own risk.
Yeah, it's a weird
there's
one.
There's some crazy parts.
There's like
all the scenes are like flashing in my head right now.
I keep the one that is always is the one.
The bathtub?
Yes. That is the one.
That shit was I mean it's shout out to Barry Keoghan, dude. He's the fucking man.
And once this ended too, I was even talking to Mike about it because we always talk about A24 movies, and he's like, "Is it an A24 movie?" I was like, "No, but it's in that vein. Like it's possibly
still artsy, indie. Yeah,
it could possibly be an A24 movie, like in another life." But yeah, that movie really threw me off, but I liked it.
There's plenty of movies like that too that I think about like every now and then, where I was like, I could make a list of movies that like you would think they're A24 movies, but they're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the first one that comes to my mind is Her with Joaquin Phoenix. Like that could easily, if you were to say, I know A24 didn't exist when that came out, but
100%. Like
you could easily tell me that's A24 movie and I'd be like, oh, of course it is. Like it just makes sense.
It makes sense.
And, but yeah, Saltburn, there's really not much words I have about it. Like I could have
we're talking about it. I'm trying to like
block out the images.
No, piece together how I can explain, because we haven't even explained what.
What it's about. So it's about this guy who's going to like a prep school in the UK, somewhere in the UK, and he's living with the Jacob Elordi dude. I forgot all the names in the movie, but he like lives with them, and in like his estate, it's like a huge mansion.
Yeah, and
then he's kind of like slowly like creeping his way into the hierarchy of that family, because there are all these like rich snobs and like fucking shitty people, you know what I mean?
The setup, what throws you off is the setup is basically he's this guy that doesn't know anything, he's not cool, but there's a cool rich guy, and then he's nice to him, and then he's like, hey, come back to my place and spend the time with me. So you're thinking like, oh, this guy's a weirdo, the rich guy, because he's being too nice.
Yeah, it's
to
like, why are you?
Guy.
Yeah.
So then you're kind of like, what's going on? And then it gets weird from there.
And then, from there, you won't even guess. If you've never seen it, you won't even guess where that shit's going. Because
it's insane. There's
the bathtub scene where, do you want
to? I don't know. Should we?
Let's skip that.
That's good.
That. But it's some wild shit. And then there's parts where he's like kind of getting like sexually involved with like the family members and the friends, male and female, and
he just
like,
kind of takes over this whole
and then we're spoiling it, by the way. Skip like 30 seconds. They die. The whole family dies basically, and he like basically is the heir to this whole mansion, and then it's his by the end of the movie.
What tripped me out was when
you're like, holy shit! Like you went on this roller coaster ride of this guy fucking kind of on purpose, but like playing it like low key that he's just some regular dude. But the whole time it's like, and then you're at the time like, does he know what he's doing? Or
that's what
you're
thinking too. You're like, did he just within this come up with the plan, or did he have this from day? Because they show at the end, it seems like he knows from day one.
From day one, yeah.
But it's kind of you're thinking that the whole time, like, what?
It's kind of the same arc in a way. Have you seen Parasite?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of the same. Instead of one person kind of going into this rich family, it's a whole family bleeding into another family.
Think about
you know
that.
what I mean? And that's what makes Parasite
so
good.
Bro, I haven't watched it in a while. That year when it came out, I watched it like 5 times.
Parasite's so fucking good. The first time I saw it, me and my mom watched it.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy. It's so random.
Yeah,
like me and my mom watching a Korean movie.
But yeah, on Saltburn, the other scene that stood out to me was when the dad tried to pay him to leave. I'm like, bro, you have so much money. You should have paid someone to get rid of this guy.
Yeah.
Like, they could have wiped him off the...
Did you just watch this?
Like a few months ago, like 3 months ago.
Okay. And this shit's still on your
Yes, bro. I'm like, what happened?
I think I watched it right when it came to streaming. Or it might have been an Amazon original, is it not?
I'm not sure. It says it was in 2023.
Yeah, I remember it came out last year. I just don't remember if it was in theaters or not.
Yeah, I didn't see anything about it, so
because I didn't see it in theaters. I just watched it in my room.
Yeah.
And so I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "This shit is wild." I don't know.
Yeah, I liked it though.
But what else have you watched?
I just finished Baby Reindeer.
What is that?
Have you watched that show?
No, you texted me about it.
So it's a Netflix show, a limited series.
I don't watch a lot of shows.
Okay, so this is a limited series on Netflix. I think it's 6 episodes. This one, kind of how Saltburn is, where he goes into it thinking one thing and then something else happens. I like it because of that. But basically, it's based off of a true story.
Okay.
And the actor that plays it, he's the main character of the story, and he's the one that the story's about. So it's like he's doing his own show. Yeah. Pretty much.
Wait. The main guy is the real guy?
Is the real guy.
Oh shit, that's cool.
So it's basically a guy that wants to be a comedian. So he moves to this city where he thinks he could. It's like moving to LA. Yeah. You know, he moves to this city, and so he's just working a crappy job at a pub. He's a bartender, and he's doing his comedian stuff on the side, just trying to figure it out. You know, obviously has a shitty life. And one day, this really overweight, weird chick comes in and sits down.
Oh, I've scrolled past this.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
And he's nice to her. You know, gives her a drink, and then she starts coming every day, and now she's stalking him, and then from there it just like goes insane. Like, it turns from just a regular like she's stalking him to like he's liking it, but then he's not. Like he goes to the cops at one point, but and then bro, it just goes somewhere like so left that you'll never see.
I'll have to check that out. How many episodes?
Like 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And like hour episodes.
Something like that, I think. Yeah, maybe like 45 minutes or something.
I might check it out.
I would check it out.
If you say it's good,
it's
I'll
really
check
good.
It out.
It really, honestly, a few episodes had me just sitting there thinking after it ended, like personally, because there's some graphic stuff that happens.
Is it like
not like gory, but like how can I say, like sexual assault?
Where you're like, oh, okay,
stuff. I don't want to say the word, but yeah.
Okay.
So some of that
I mean,
happens.
same thing in Saltburn.
Yeah.
It like happens in the scene.
Yeah. So, that was a good one. Something I guess a little lighter, Despicable Me.
Yeah. What the fuck was up with that?
I took my daughter to see it, but I love all the Despicable Me's.
I've never seen
one. They're really good.
Any of them.
Illumination.
They're really good. I love their animation.
Yeah, they do really good. And this one was funny. It started off at a high school reunion, so it was funny for me watching it because like. It made me think like if I went to my high school reunion, like how would this be? And it was like people still think they're cool.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
this kind of stuff.
I love and how like kids animated movies can like still tap in with like adult problems because adults are making these movies. You know what I mean? And so it's really cool being able to like. It's the perfect combination. You know, it's a good kids movie when like adults really like it and kids can also really like it. Yeah, and that's how I feel like growing up. Like The Incredibles. I've talked about The Incredibles with like at least every person in my life because it's so good. I love The Incredibles so much. And if I were to make like a list of like the 10 best movies of all time, like I talked about Alien, The Incredibles would also be in that list. Like in the top 10 easily.
Incredibles is very good.
It's so good.
Because it kept getting better. And that's what Despicable Me does too, is they keep adding characters where it elevates it.
It just builds the world. Yeah.
So in this one, they have a baby now. So kind of like Jack in Incredibles. But they have a baby now, so he's doing his own little
This is like a baby
stuff.
version of him.
So it's funny. It really taps into the dads because with the baby loves the mom. And that's how Amelia is. The baby loves the mom in the movie, so the baby's all on her and blah blah blah. And then when the dad gets home, this fool like slaps him and like doesn't want to talk to him and is so rude to him.
Yeah.
I'm like just watching it like this is so real. Like
that's wild.
So that's why I like that one.
Yeah, kids movies. There's definitely like. There's always something to like appreciate about it, especially like the older you get, where you're like, oh, that's like the hidden messages. When it wasn't really hidden. It was just like you're a kid and you don't really understand it, and then you grow up and you're like, oh, I get it now. That's all it was. You just didn't get it. It's not hidden at all. But that's because that's how I feel watching a lot of these, like Ratatouille and the Pixar movies. All the Pixar movies are so good. They're like
I don't think they have a bad one. I really don't.
I didn't like the Good Dinosaur.
Oh, you didn't like that one?
No.
That one's sad.
I wasn't really feeling it.
Yeah.
I was like, it's kind of.
I like it, but I will say in comparison, that is probably
That's like lower tier.
Yeah.
What's the Brave? Didn't really fuck with that one either.
I didn't watch that one.
It never really clicked. It wasn't
It's
like
with the chick,
and
right?
it's the same. Yeah, and it's the same thing with Good Dinosaur. Like it just didn't really really attach to me. You know what I mean? Like the fucking Toy Story and Ratatouille and Cars and shit. You know what I mean? And Up, like that. There's those movies, and then there's like Brave and The Good Dinosaur. Like it's just not as iconic. You know what I mean? Or not even just iconic, but just like as touching for me. You know what I mean? As like it could be touching to somebody else. Like there's people out there who like there's probably people listening to this and be like, "What the fuck? You don't like Brave?" But like it's Brave. Like, no, I don't, and that's okay. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't have to like it, but I'm sure there's people who love it. But for me, like the movies like Ratatouille and like Ratatouille is up there. Probably as one of the best Pixar movies too. Yeah. But like it's just these kids like animated movies where like the stories are actually like beyond like just like face value. Yeah. Like the little things in The Incredibles where he's like sneaking out with Frozone to go like solve crimes and shit like that, where it's just like where it's illegal now, where you can't really do it anymore. I always thought that was like the last time I watched it, I was just like, that's kind of like what Mrs. Incredible, Elastigirl, is thinking, where it's like he's going out talking to girls and doing that stuff. But really it's just wanting to tap into what you used to do when you were younger. It's not like, it's like a metaphor, like in a weird way, where it's just like, it's literally just these older people who are getting older and they want to like desperately want to do these things when they were younger, but Elastigirl's like, no, we're older now. Like we have a family, we have this to do, we have that to do. Like we can't keep, you know, instead of like partying or like going out, like we can't keep solving crimes and like that's not our job anymore. Like we can't do that. Like I thought that was really like
for sure. And I always say like one of my favorite things, like it's not a quote, but something I heard is like sometimes you got to work a real job to do something you love, and that's what they were doing. He was like tiny in this cubicle, just so at night he could still.
You can still do that shit. Yeah. And so like he was like literally that was his life, like where he kind of like set it up for himself so he can do that shit. And then obviously there's more to that. It's a fucking superhero like family movie, but The Incredibles is great. The kids movies, the point is being that like there's a lot of cool shit that you can find in kids movies.
Oh yeah, like, for sure. I love kids movies. But we got to get to it, bro. Is Guardians of the Galaxy the best Marvel movie? Period.
It's it's like top 3. It could be 1. It has an argument for 1.
I think it is. But I will say I am biased towards a lot of Marvel movies because unlike you and Rob, I don't fuck with
you don't know anything about comics, huh?
Like, no, like my favorite superhero is Spider-Man. Okay. So like
he's the best.
I love Spider-Man.
Who doesn't love Spider-Man?
Besides Spider-Man, I'm not really heavily
into the lore.
No, not
like
really.
Did you ever read any comic books or anything?
If I did, it was casually.
It wasn't like obsessive,
no,
like you
never.
like wanted to know more about these characters.
No,
that was me, where I kind of would either like read the books or watch YouTube videos. Like I would just like read as much as I can. And it's funny because just this year, like in February, March, I've been getting into comic books. Like literally, like going to there's a comic book store around the corner from my house called Samurai Comics. Shout out to Samurai Comics. That's the best fucking comic book store ever. It's on 16th Street in Indian School.
Yeah, like right off the 51.
Yeah, right off the 51. And then so I've been going there just getting like single issue ones, or I'll get like graphic novels. That's what I've been really heavy on, is just reading the standalone graphiik novels where it's just like one story. Yeah. Like a lot of cool Spider-Man ones, a lot of cool what was it, Batman ones and shit like that. Just like a whole bunch of different superheroes. But like after really diving into all of these, like either like revisiting or just like brand new shit I've never read before, like it's really cool. Like I've always been fascinated by superheroes. Like it's always been like a part of my like Marvel, as you know, like the Marvel movies when I was a kid. Like I was 8 or 9 when the first Iron Man came out. And because that was like 2008 when Iron Man 1 came out. And then like once that came out, I was like, okay, they're making an Incredible Hulk movie. with Edward Norton, and I was like, oh shit, like that's pretty cool. But that to me, it wasn't like automatically they're making Avengers, because I was like, there was a Daredevil movie and there was a Blade movie.
Yeah,
and there's plenty of superhero movies out there. Or there's the X-Men movies. So I was like, and that wasn't a concept in my head, like a movie franchise that's interconnected. This is the first time it's ever been like done before. Was it like literally a cinematic universe? It was like one of the first times it's ever been done at this scale.
Yeah.
So once I think Thor came after that, or no, when Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, and then Thor, and then Captain America, and then Avengers. And once Thor came out, I was like, oh, they're doing it. They're fucking doing it. Because the end credit scene, I remember like when I was a kid, dude, at the end credit scene of Iron Man 2 when it shows Thor's hammer, I like, bro, chills. I was like, holy shit. Like it got that effect on me, which is what it's supposed to do.
You know, and that's the thing, like even me not reading, when I would watch those end credit scenes, it'd be like, oh, like that chills. Now,
nothing. Even
like when it shows like someone's gonna be in it, I'm just kind of like, all right, like I guess we'll see how this goes. You just don't get
hyped for it.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. I guess I'm more like, all right. I don't know.
It's because people they're still doing it. I don't know. For me, having like expectations of it being like a great movie is so like you shouldn't go into any movie. Yeah, thinking it's going to be a great movie. Like you could be excited for it and like want it to be great, but like having expectations before anything, like before a trailer, before anything, it shouldn't happen. Just like when people are talking about Robert Downey Jr. being Dr. Doom, people are like, oh, it's going to be shitty. It's like, bro, you don't know what they're going to fucking do. Like, how do you like? I don't know. It's so wild to me that people would be mad at a casting choice. You know what I mean? Because like, what if it's sick as fuck? Yeah. Like, I'm excited for it because that's literally been a storyline. Yeah. Like it's been in comic books and just like, or they might change it. They might come up with their own thing. And that's what the MCU has done is like, they don't like literally like straight adaptation from the comic books. They like to switch things up and, you know, change things around or borrow things from different universes and combine them. And then this is the character now. Yeah. And just like how they did with Spider-Man, which is the Spider-Man, the Tom Holland one, my favorite fucking Spider-Man movies. Yeah. Like those, like I love the Tobey Maguire ones. Those are literally like my childhood, and I get it. People are like, no, Tobey Maguire, that's my Spider-Man. Yes. But after, you know, as of today, seeing all of them, like I love the Tobey Maguire ones, but these Tom Holland ones, they're such like great comic book movies, and they have the perfect mixture of just like it being fun and just like the first one, Spider-Man Homecoming, like it's literally just him in high school. And what I don't like is that the actual Spider-Man action isn't like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man like action, like the swinging, like him swinging through the city and that shit. There's nothing like that because the Amazing Spider-Man with what's his name, Andrew Garfield,
like that one.
Those ones, like you can tell they tried to do it without copying it, but it just kind of looks the same. Like the same techniques that Sam Raimi shot those Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire. That's just Sam Raimi being a genius. Yeah. But then fucking Mark Webb, when he was directing The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield, you can tell that he just doesn't want to copy Sam Raimi, but he's like, how else are we going to fucking do this? Because that was so good. Yeah. How are we going to do a fucking Spider-Man swinging around the city? Like, and then what I appreciate about the new ones with Tom Holland, it's like they just barely show it. And it's not trying to like look like the older movies. It's literally just trying to tell its own story. Yeah. And I like how Uncle Ben is already dead. And then you think like, oh yeah, the Uncle Ben being shot and he turns into like he really takes the Spider-Man thing seriously. Like that happened already. But then in the No Way Home, the newest Spider-Man one, that happens with Aunt May, where Aunt May dies, and he gets the with great power comes great responsibility. Like they literally like turn the tables on you, and you're like, oh fuck, like this is the moment.
Yeah, you're like, it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, and so I love that about these Spider-Man movies, how it's like it's its own thing, and it really doesn't try to be compared because it's its own Spider-Man. But the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, the reason why I think those, like literally all three of them are like on the top tier of the Marvel movies.
No, yeah, I think so too. I think it's the best. What would you call that? A franchise within a franchise?
Yeah, like a sub-franchise.
Yeah, like that's the best for me personally. Because I love Spider-Man too. But Guardians is its own like thing. It's so...
And it's the only one that you can watch 1, 2, and 3 and still like follow it. And it's a continuous story and a continuous like vision. Mm-hmm. But if you watch Captain America, First Avenger, Winter Soldier, and then Civil War, you're like, wait, what the fuck happened between these movies? And it's so much has to do with the other movies.
Other stuff.
But Guardians of the Galaxy, it's like, in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, like you can tell some stuff happened, but with 1 and 2, they're back to back. Yeah. Like I love that about the movies. And then you could even watch 3 and just know like, oh yeah, some shit happened in the other movies, but like you can still follow like their storyline and their arc. And that's what I love about the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, because James Gunn, I don't know if you know a lot about him.
Just through Marvel stuff, but
he early 2010s, like late 2000s, he was going to Marvel because he already made a couple movies and he was going to Marvel. He's like, how about we do, like the super niche, like deep cut heroes and villains. He was like, can we try to do this? Let's do that. And they were like, no, like we're not going to fuck. We have Captain America, fucking Thor, Hulk, and Iron Man. And because after all that, like after, they make the Iron Man movies, the first 3 Iron Man movies, the first 2 Thor movies, and the first 2 Captain America ones, the first one outside of those is Guardians of the Galaxy. Like that comes out like right away. It's a complete left field switch of like, oh shit, now we're in like outer space. And like doing this fucking, and that's what I loved about it too, is that like it's such this like random, like no one heard of Guardians of the Galaxy really, like unless you really read comics, like, and even the bad ones, then you would know who Guardians of the Galaxy is, because like it was like a 70s comic book run, and it wasn't even like Star-Lord and all them, like it was a completely different crew. And then like outer space Marvel comic books weren't as cool. And then once like the late 2000s, there was another like era of like outer space Marvel comics, and then that's the Guardians of the Galaxy we know today. Like I think like 2008 there was like a Guardians of the Galaxy run, and then I forgot her name, but there was this lady. She's a writer, because Marvel had this. I'm about to spill all my fucking like weird film knowledge right now, but Marvel has like this like kind of like academy, for lack of a better term, for like writers to write like spec scripts, basically like kind of like a training of like just writing like movies basically. And the lady, she was like, let's try and do Guardians of the Galaxy, and she just wrote a bunch of scripts, and then Marvel was like, oh, that's not bad, like we could definitely fit Guardians of the Galaxy into this universe. And then so after Kevin Feige, the executive producer of Marvel, like the one running the MCU, he's like he goes to James Gunn after James Gunn has been offering like, let's do this weird guy. He was like, hey, we have Guardians of the Galaxy, do you want to try and do that? Like we have a good script. James Gunn was like, fuck yeah, like I'll fucking do all that. And so he does that and basically does like a page 1 rewrite. Like he still has like the foundation of what she wrote, like she's still credited as a co-writer, but he obviously makes it his own thing and makes it, like more of like a space epic opera, kind of like, it's kind of similar to Star Wars, like very similar, at least the first movie.
Yeah, especially when they towards the end when they hit the little spot and they get in through the ship, and
it's so good because like, I mean, Star-Lord, the main guy, is like Han Solo. He's like the closest thing to Han Solo we have since Han Solo.
100%.
And then
he's like an outlaw, but
and then
still
like
has a heart.
but at the same time, Rocket is kind of like Han Solo, and then Groot is like Chewbacca, and then Gamora is like Princess Leia, to where she's the daughter of Thanos, kind of daughter of like it's like not that
I
it's
never thought about that.
not that it's like Star Wars, but it's
comparable.
There's parallels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's certain like archetypes you have to make it that level of filmmaking.
Yeah.
And so, and what's good is that like all of like the creature design and just a lot of the production design in general is like so different from any Marvel movie. Because like you watch the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie with the context of like, oh, this is coming after Captain America, Winter Soldier, and after Iron Man 3 and Thor: The Dark World. Like all those movies are like really gray and like there's no like distinctive color palette of like what those movies look like. But James Gunn knew that. And he was like, hey, like, let's make these characters have pink skin and orange hair.
Yeah.
And let's make this bar have crazy neon lights. And let's have, you know, the ship be orange and blue. Like, he wanted, like, to the point where in post, they can't, like, desaturate it and make it, like, gloomy, like, kind of just flat looking. He tried so hard to make it as colorful as possible while he was filming, to the point where they can't like make it look different. Like the way Nebula looks with like the blue like robotic like face with the black eyes, and the way Drax looks, and then
even with Drax, because he's dark, but he has that red that's kind of like
it's
glowing
like,
in a way.
Yeah,
but
it's like
not.
it's like puff. It looks like puff print like on a shirt, and it's like it's like millimeters like raised, and they look like irritated tattoos in a weird way. You know what I mean? Where it's just like lifted off his skin, and like just that.
And then when he gets even when like different fight scenes, he gets thrown in that. I don't even know what that liquid is, but it's like a bright yellow.
The bright yellow. Yeah, like you like everything you see in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies is so like this is unlike anything. It's and it reminds you of and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 does that the best with the set design, because there's very minimal like CGI in there.
That's what I was gonna say. That's the only thing rewatching the first one that I kind of didn't like, is the CGI was so heavy in the first one.
It's a lot.
I get it, but it was heavy in that one. But really what counteracted it, why I like the first one so much, is the comedy. It's so good.
That's what makes it, bro.
On point.
Because Chris Pratt is like at that time kind of just barely hitting the uprising of a star, of a movie star. Because like, did you watch Parks and Rec?
Yes.
So like everyone already loves Chris Pratt. He was in the Lego movie, and he was in the Terminal, not the Terminal List. He was in something else. But this is a year before he was in Jurassic Park or Jurassic World. So like he's like about to like hit the stratosphere. You know what I mean? And this
no one had seen that body yet,
and so it's like people don't have like a great picture of who he is yet. So that's why it's like perfect timing for him on that. And the way James Gunn has Chris Pratt play Star-Lord, to where it's like he's not like a manly like lead. He's like a man child, to where it's like he doesn't know everything, and he's still like a little immature, and he's kind of sleaze baggish and like,
but everyone still likes him. The ladies still like him. Like, and
it's like Gamora like likes him, but she knows that he like the dynamics between all the characters are like that's what makes you fall in love with them. And then what I just watched Guardians of the Galaxy 2 last night, and I was just like, it's so funny that everyone in all three movies, anyone who gets a hold of his mixtapes or listens to the music in general, everyone loves it. I think that's so fun. Like, to me, that's just something I noticed recently.
I noticed that on the first one yesterday, because when he put the headphones on Gamora, she never heard this, never had headphones
the Sam
on,
Cooke song,
and then she just automatically loves it. I'm like, I get it, it's funny, but it's like, that's not how this works at all.
But he starts like holding her hand. I was like, you're fucking, that's the sleazebag shit I'm talking about, where it's just like, you just think like you could seduce them with the music and start kissing them and shit.
Because no one else has this.
It's like, this is literally like, this is art from like a lost planet. And it's like, you're showing them this, and it's beautiful music. And but you're just using that as like a tool. I think that's perfect at for his character.
And then the Rocket comedy is so good when he told him he needs his prosthetic leg.
Yeah,
and he got it.
He does it.
It just randomly, they're like fighting and doing all this stuff, and it randomly just cuts to a scene.
Yeah.
Of Star-Lord. Like he's like, "You need my
you
what?
need my what?" And then it cuts back.
cuts
like
back.
That's perfect because I was thinking about that when I watched it, and I was like, now or like any other director or writer would have stayed on that scene for like 15 seconds longer and would have been like, I need your leg for this, and like they would have explained it, and it like, but what makes that perfect is that you need my what, and then that's it. It's 5 seconds of
and it
just
goes
that
right back
to the action. And that's what I love about the movie. That's what's great about the movie too, is all the fights. They're not just fights for whatever.
Just a fight.
It's like part of the story.
Yes.
And you're like, this person needs to go get this.
I want to bring that up with Deadpool. So remember
right,
that, because I do not like the fights just to fight. But we'll get to that. But yeah, those fights are like something's going on, and the what do you call it? The choreography of the fights is so good too.
It's really good, and it's playful, and like it establishes like a lot of logic, like within like the weapons and the tools, like in the very beginning when like the opening credits. When he has like the map where it's like it projects out like what used to be there and shit like that. Like that little shit to me is like that shit's so cool.
One thing that stood out to me was Gamora's like, I'm gonna go get the sphere, whatever you want to call it,
the orb
that had it, the orb. So she thinks that Star-Lord is just, I don't know, whack, I guess. So she straight up just is chilling. Kicks him
I love
and takes
that.
it.
The body language. Her performance is so good.
Yeah, but she just thought she was going to easily just be like, yeah, give me that, bro.
Yeah, this is mine now.
Yeah.
But her performance is so good. It's funny you say that because it's these little things I don't notice when I first watch it, or even the fucking fourth time I watch this movie. Like I don't even like think about it, but now just when I really like don't have to pay attention to everything else in the movie, I'm just like, the way she's like leaning up against the wall, it's so like she's ready. Like you can just tell she's an assassin, that she's like the way her body language is throughout the whole film. She's never really like too lax or really like joking around too much. And some people like would say that's like a flat performance, but it's just like, no, that's
what it is.
That's what she is.
And it was a little flirty too.
Yeah.
Like I think she played into, maybe she knows like what he likes.
Yeah.
Because she was a little flirty too, but serious.
Yeah.
So it like intrigued him enough.
It's perfect. Like she played that well, and that's the cool thing about every performance is that even Batista with the fucking as Drax, like he's so good as Drax. And Batista in general is such a good actor. He's so good.
For sure. Even the jokes that are like, I guess like low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Where he did it so good. Like when he was like doing the
why would I rub my finger across his throat? That shit's so funny, bro.
It's
and
like,
then
that
the part
be
where
that funny. But
where he's just like, why would I do that? And then Chris, I love it where he's like, it's a sign, it's a signal for you're gonna kill him. And he's like, you know that, right? He's like, yeah. No, I don't know that.
Drax looks at him. He's like, no.
That shit, it's like, it's perfect comedy, bro. Like, it's so good. In Bautista, it's funny because he was in a movie. I believe he was like auditioning for a movie, he made a movie and then he watched it and he was like, fuck, I'm terrible at acting. He was like, this is such a bad movie.
Really?
And so what he did was he went to like these like Stanislavski, like Russian theater acting, like just went hard in the paint on like these acting lessons and really like went into like method and all these different styles of acting for like a few years. And then even in preparation of this role, and he nailed down like comedy and he nailed down drama and all these emotional scenes. Like even him in the beginning of Blade Runner 2049, like he's so good in that scene and he underplays it so much in that scene. And that he's like this big, huge guy, but he's broken and he's just doesn't have anything.
Yeah.
And I love that performance in that one scene. But like even in Guardians of the Galaxy, like, or in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, when he nails down like the over laughing, like the ha ha, like the fucking crazy, obnoxious laugh, like he just nails everything perfectly and all the like dry delivery. It's all like everything's perfect. And then Bradley Cooper like doing Rocket's voice. That to me, that's like one of the best vocal performances in a movie like ever.
Yeah, or Vin Diesel's.
Vin Diesel, that shit's funny to me because I don't know if this is real, But I hope that's not real because it's so cringy. But I heard that while recording, I don't like Vin Diesel. While recording, he was in this like recording studio on like stilts because he wanted to be in the character and wants to know what it's like being like 8 feet tall. And I'm just like, oh my God, there's no way. And then
imagine someone's holding like a mic stand like all the way up to him because they don't have
we
one.
got it. Go one more time. But fucking, and
I hope he seems like the type of dude to do that.
That's the whole. That's what. True or not, it's just with Vin Diesel. It sucks so bad that that's believable with him of all people.
Oh my God. That, bro, I pray that's not
I hope
real
that's not real.
That's so
I would have to
stupid.
look. I don't know if that's a fake story or what. But and he also did all the dubbing in like every language for like I Am Groot. Like he did like Yo Soy Groot and shit like that. Like for every language he did I Am Groot.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I guess.
Funny. He was dedicated.
But Bradley Cooper was great because it's not recognizable. Like, oh, that's Bradley Cooper.
That's true.
And then even in the casting of him, a lot of people were like, oh, is this just going to be... Because it's... One, Chris Pratt was in it. And then you have Bradley Cooper as Rocket, as a raccoon. Like, in the trailer, they're like, oh, Bradley Cooper, is this just going to be the Hangover guy? It's just going to be like a Marvel comedy?
Yeah.
But it's not. Like, Bradley Cooper, like, plays like this Joe Pesci style voice. It's like raspy, and also he's like talking loose to everybody. Like it's so like such a weird specific voice that he does that it's like it's unrecognizable. Like if you didn't know it was Bradley Cooper, but once you do, you're like, how the fuck is he doing that?
Yeah.
And then also how emotional he can be. Like even the parts like that one where he's in the bar
When he got drunk.
where he's drunk and he's like, she called me a rodent. And like you're like, oh fuck, I'm about to cry. Like he gets very emotional, and I was like, that's insane that he can do that.
That's why it was so dope in the third one that they made that his story because the whole time you're like, dude, this guy's like at the flip of a switch. He's like one side or the other. You never know.
Yeah, he doesn't know who to trust. He doesn't. He's literally on his own.
And you
the
figure
whole
that
time.
in the third one why that.
Yeah, he has like
away.
trust issues.
But yeah, because even when he comes to get Star-Lord off of the ship. And he's out there. He's like, I'm gonna blow the whole thing up. They're like, bro, what?
Yeah, like what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, like you're gonna kill us too.
No, I love that shit, dude. The Guardians of the Galaxy, there's so many great things about it.
Yeah,
but I think the other ones, why I wouldn't say it's the best. There's the other Marvel movies like Iron Man 3. I love Iron Man 3.
Which one is that one?
That's the one where it's the 10 ring, like Legend of the 10 Rings, the Mandarin.
Okay. Is that the one where at the end he has all those Iron Mans?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they all come to like his Malibu beach house and shit.
Okay. That one was sick.
That one was good, dude. I really loved it. And I loved how like intimate it was, like with him. Like it really introduces like the post like Avengers like PTSD about like he almost died.
Yeah.
Like in the first Avengers, like he accepted I'm taking a nuclear fucking missile into space. To save the world. And then he survived. Like, he didn't even know he survived until after. And that goes into Iron Man 3, to where he has, like, drinking problems, and he has PTSD. And, like, the part where... I was just talking about this to Rob the other day, or, like, a while ago. And my favorite part in any Marvel movie is when... Or one of my favorite parts in any Marvel movie. Because there's a lot of little things in every... Where I'm like, that... It gives me chills, and I'm, like, freaking out. But this one was really fucking hit me to where he was having the panic attack in the bar when he was with Rhodey. And he was in the bar and he's like starts having a panic attack when like the kids come up and have him like sign.
Yeah. Okay. I'm picturing it. Yeah.
And then and the kid mentions like something about the hole, like the wormhole. And then he starts like freaking out and he goes outside. And the first thing he does in the middle of having a panic attack, he goes into his Iron Man suit. And I was just like, oh, like it hit me so hard, and I don't even know why. Like I was just like, holy shit.
Because that's where he was somewhere cold, right? Wasn't it like all cold?
No, that was later in the movie.
Okay.
But this one, it was just like a regular day.
Got you.
But I just think it was like the first thing he does is
jump in the suit.
Jump in a suit and like hide from the world. And then like he's asking Jarvis, he's like, what's happening to me? He's like, is it the heart? Is it the brain? Is it
yeah.
this? Is that? Like the fact that he's not paying attention to his emotions so much that he's like, I have to be like dying right now. Like my heart has to be like failing, or my brain, I'm having a brain aneurysm. And he's like, Jarvis is like, it seems they're having an anxiety attack.
Exactly.
And that's when it really like hits him. And I was like, holy shit, that was one of the best sequences I've ever.
That is so funny, bro, because that is literally like been my life. Like all the time I remember being young and I'd wake my mom up in the middle of the night like, hey, we got to go to the emergency room.
I've been
like,
there.
I'm like, I think I'm having a heart attack. And my mom's like, what? And we've gone before. Like my mom, shout out to my mom. She's always been down for me. She would take me and there would be
funny,
nothing
bro.
wrong with me.
No,
but I would be the same way. Like off rip. Is it my heart?
No,
Is
yeah,
it my
I'm gonna die.
Yeah,
like, but it's just like, no, you just have crazy anxiety that you're not thinking about. Exactly. And when like there's panic, like you have panic attacks and there's anxiety attacks when it's like, it's kind of your body letting you know, like, hey, like there's shit you have to think about and process. You know what I mean? And that's just kind of how it kind of works, at least for me.
Yeah,
I know people deal with anxiety, differently, but like there's just shit you have to like confront, and that like the people who are scared to confront that kind of shit, that they just kind of live a life of just kind of having.
Yeah, that scene is deep, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot, bro. But
it's a deep scene.
But there's like a lot of other shit, like little shit in there that gets to me. Like there's the smallest part that no one will probably even remember. Like in Infinity War. Do you remember in Infinity War when the shit crashes down, like the bad guys, where it's like the wheel, that ship that looks like a wheel, like a donut,
yeah.
It comes down, and then Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and Hulk come out.
Yep.
To go and like, hey, what the fuck is up? There's a part where it cuts to Peter Parker, and he's on the school bus. Remember on the bridge?
Yes.
And then he like the part where he has his arm right here, and then you see his arm hair raise, and like the Spidey senses. Mm-hmm. It's like the first time you've ever seen like Spidey senses in a movie, and that for me, I saw that in theaters, and I was like, holy shit! I was freaking out because when I saw Infinity War. That's Infinity War. I saw that 5 times in theaters.
Oh my god!
I saw.
How many hours is that?
That's like 2.5, maybe 3.
So
not 3 hours, but it's like 2.5.
So that's like probably like 12 hours.
Yeah, dude, I saw it. I remember
half a day.
Came out in May of 2018. I just graduated, or I was about to graduate high school, and then we're gonna go into quick like story time real quick. But I was about to graduate high school, and I got my first job was at McDonald's. I only worked at McDonald's for 5 days.
Oh my god!
And I quit. I was like, I've never had a job before, but I know this sucks. Like I'm not gonna work here.
That's crazy.
And so, and I was like 17, and I was like, I've never had a job before, but this shit is not for me. So I fucking walked. I didn't even walk out. I just didn't show up to like one day. But anyways, that's not point, but I got off of work on one of those 5 days, and that's when the Avengers Infinity War came out, and it's funny because that's when I don't know if you remember this, but maybe some people listening will remember the Red for Ed shit was happening where the schools were going, or the teachers were going on strike and school was out.
I remember.
My high school was one of the schools that shut down for like a week or 2 weeks, and those 2 weeks I worked at McDonald's for 5 days. And so, like, I basically, like, I don't know, I had some extra bread. I got one paycheck that was, like, $350. And $350 in high school.
You're like, this will last me.
This will last me a while. I bought a gold chain. I think it was fake. I bought a gold chain off some website.
That's funny.
And then...
so you pulled up to Infinity War with a gold chain?
With a gold chain. But anyway, I got off. I was a closing shift at McDonald's. And we got home. And my sister was pregnant at the time. She was, like... 8 or 9 months, but like literally like about to have a baby. And Infinity War just came out, and we're like a Marvel family, so like we all want to see this movie. And so I think my sister was asleep, and basically me and Rob like snuck out in a weird way, so because my dad had already seen it, and he was like, you have to see this, like it's fucking crazy. And he was like, you guys got to go see it. So I got home, my sister and Rob were living with me at the time. And me and Rob just were like, all right, it's like we're going to go see a midnight showing at fucking the Harkins on Christown. We just went there, saw it, and Infinity War is the one where everyone dies at the end, or half the people die at the end. And the whole ride home, we were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We were like, no words, bro. I think we were silent the whole fucking ride home. Like, it was the most fucking wild movie watching experience I've ever seen in my life, dude. And then I think I saw it again. I don't know the second time I saw it. Maybe with Rob again, I'm guessing. And then I saw it a third time for sure with my dad, like during the day. It was like a matinee showing at like 10 a.m. or something.
That was one of those ones where like the spoiler, like online spoilers, like was a huge thing.
Yeah, Endgame was a huge thing for that too.
Endgame, like that Marvel stuff really like
people love that shit
because nobody really ever. I don't think people really mention like spoilers that much in regular movies, like on social media and stuff. Yeah, but like with Marvel, it was like, bro, do not.
It was kind of like what the Harry Potter movies were doing too, where it's like people did, or with the books. I remember.
Oh yeah, okay.
When the books would come out, and I remember there's this old video, bro, that's so funny, where it's like the book just came out at like Barnes and Noble. And there's a long line, and there's this dude that's leaving the Barnes and Noble. He's like, Hermione dies at the end, or some shit, like make some shit up. And then
you had to be dedicated to do that. Yeah, you couldn't just go online and
be like Audible or some shit.
No, but I'm saying you couldn't just tweet
to spoil it.
To spoil it, you're at the bookstore, it's ruining it in person.
Yeah, you'd be like, hey, so Voldemort killed. Like he said some shit like Voldemort or Hermione marries Voldemort and Ron dies or some shit.
Imagine being at Harkins while people walk in, like half of the universe
half of
dies,
them die, bro.
Like, and they're like, what?
I wouldn't believe them. That's the crazy part. You could tell people, hey, they all die at the end. Yeah. And they'll be like, all right, whatever. Yeah, and then you go and watch it and they all die, bro. And I remember I was in a relationship at the time, and I took her to go see it. Or she took me. I wasn't even driving at the time. And she took me, and we went to go see it. And it was, I don't think she ever seen a Marvel movie before. I think. Or I think she had an idea of like, you know, what the first Avengers, like, you know, just like who the characters are. But I was like, we have to go see Infinity War. It was like my fourth time seeing it. I was like, we have to go see it. Like, it's so good. Yeah. And then we go and watch it, and then all of them die at the end. And then she was like, why the fuck would you take me to go see a movie where they all fucking die at the end? Like, this is, like, it's so fucked up. But I was just like, isn't that the great part about it? Where it's just like, they don't win? Like, that, for me, that's why I loved it so much, where it's just like, no, it breaks that rule of superhero movies where the heroes win. Yeah. Where it's like they lost at the end. But obviously Endgame is like the part 2. Yeah. But I like Infinity War as a standalone movie because of that ending. Where it's like, yeah, it sucks they all die, but it's like to me there's like a beauty to that. Where it's like, oh, they all die. Fuck. You know what I mean?
So like, okay, fast forwarding to Deadpool, where is this going? Because the one thing with Deadpool that pissed me off, bro, was Blade. What?
Why? I mean, why did that piss you off?
So there's supposed to be a Blade, right? That's what everyone keeps saying.
That's in like production hell, dude.
So why would they make him look like this? Like, and two, why did he specifically say what was the line?
He said there's only gonna be one blade.
Something like
that. There's only one blade. Yeah. Only ever gonna be one blade. And I think that's kind of like a diss to like the people trying to make it. Because it's not even in like pre-production yet. Like it's literally in like pre-production. There's been like fucking 5 or 6 rewrites. There's been like 3 different directors attached to it. But Mahershala Ali is like, I want to make a Blade movie. Like he's gonna be a producer on the movie. Kevin Feige's like, yeah, of course we could do it. Like everyone loves Blade because of Wesley Snipes. Yep. Like,
and that's why I hated this because, man, I love Blade so much. Obviously, I have a Blade poster literally right in front of me.
I like that, dude. The Blade 2, Guillermo del Toro.
But like, he is okay. I love Guardians of the Galaxy because of the comedy. A lot of the Marvel I love because of the comedy. It's funny. It's great. I get it. Blade is not funny. Like there's little things that aren't supposed to be funny, but like to touch that, bro, he's the guy. Yeah, like he is that guy. He is. Yeah. So to make him look, and obviously Wesley Snipes himself doesn't look the best anymore because he's old.
Yeah, he's older.
So to use him in there looking like that, and it made him seem a little corny. Where Blade is not corny. He's the opposite of corny.
Okay.
That pissed me off.
It's kind of it kind of tarnishes his look and his vibe.
To throw him in there as a cameo, I get it. They were doing that for everyone.
Yeah,
but
it's a fan
to tarnish
service,
that is like, oh, that pissed me off.
Yeah,
like, Blade is not.
I thought
corny.
the same thing about the Elektra, where it's just like it's cool. You gotta have them in. You have Blade in here, and you have. I thought it was cool they had Gambit in there too, and they had all them in there, but there was no point in really doing that, like except for the sake of having a cameo.
Yeah,
but like you could use any character in the world, like just made up fucking characters, just to prove that the Void is a place, and that's why. They were there is because of the void of just being like, oh yeah, we're in fucking. Is that my key?
Yeah.
Oh fuck it. No, yeah, and I think they just use them as a tool to like establish what the void is, but like they kind of did it just using cameos. I don't know. It was very kind of like that was kind of like the weaker parts of the movie.
That's one thing that pissed me off a little. Even with. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a big comic book guy.
Yeah.
But I know Gambit to comic book people is a really big character. Like, he's dope.
He's hard to do in a movie, though. So,
just looking at it from my perspective, it was like, why did you guys do that to him when he could be a dope character? Maybe that he still technically can, I guess. I don't know. But
there's a deleted scene that they have for Deadpool and Wolverine where, like, it shows him in the void where everyone else is dead and he like survived, like he won, so there's like a chance he can like escape the void and shit like that, but it's a deleted scene.
Yeah
But
yeah, so
I thought it was cool because it's kind of like doing it for that wasn't for anyone except for Channing Tatum. Like, yeah, it was a fan service, but like Channing Tatum was doing what Mahershala Ali is doing right now with Blade, where it's like Channing Tatum wanted a Gambit movie or a Gambit show. He was just like, I love this character. I want to play this character. I will do anything. And so then that's what Ryan Reynolds was doing, exactly what he was doing with Deadpool.
Yeah.
Where like he wanted his own shit where it's like, I want to be Deadpool because this character will be like, I can nail this.
Yeah.
And
then the only other thing that I didn't like, and I know the comic book guys loved it, but it was like half of the movie was them fighting each other and they can't die. So it's like, bro, I get you guys love to see that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, go.
It's Wolverine and Deadpool fighting. That's like epic.
It's sick as fuck.
That's sick as fuck.
Why are you mad?
After 30 minutes of it, I'm good on it, bro. Personally,
both of them are there's two scenes that go on for a little while. But they're both fucking sick. The one, the fucking the AC/DC, like the Hell's Bells, that part, fucking fight. I literally to my lady, I was like they're about to fight. I was like this shit's gonna get crazy.
That's when they were in the void, right?
Yes.
When they first
get
there. Yeah, that I was like, oh, this is sick.
This is sick as fuck.
When they're in the van,
that shit's cool as fuck.
I was like, bro, oh my god, bro.
What do you mean?
They fought until the next day, bro.
That's funny. That's hilarious. What are you talking about?
Bro, like, oh my god, it was such. I was over it. But give me some. So those are my two that I didn't really like. And I don't like. And I have to put a disclaimer. I don't really like Deadpool that much in general. Like, it's just not my thing.
The Deadpool movies aren't great.
Yeah,
they're not my favorite. I've seen all of them in theaters.
Me too.
I saw the first.
Bro, I watch every single one because my wife loves them. That's like her favorite shit. So they're keep really going funny, dude. To see them.
They're really funny, but it's just like other than the funny parts, they're not that rewatchable because like for me, after I see them because I like rewatching the Marvel movies. Like obviously, I saw Infinity War like 5 times in theaters, and I don't know how many times like on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
but. Like with Deadpool, it's such a comedy that once you see it, it's not a timeless comedy. Because like once you see it for like the 3rd time, you're like, oh, I've heard that joke. Yeah. I've heard this and that. There's like very few things from that movie where it still hits like the first time.
Jokes are so like low hanging for like
that
dick jokes
and like
jokes.
And like the fourth wall breaking that is Deadpool. Like that's just his character. But like the fourth wall breaking in a movie is so just like, all right, like it's not that funny.
Yeah.
Like, but that is his character. He's like literally playing Deadpool, like if he was in a movie. But it's just like, okay, let's move on from that. Like every time he does it, I'm just like, okay, like it doesn't work in a movie. Like that's basically like how I feel about it. But
what's some good things that you did like? Because you liked the movie.
I Deadpool Wolverine, yeah. I really liked it. I liked obviously the costume, the Wolverine costume was really good. I liked how they introduced a lot of the weirder stuff, like the Cassandra Nova character, and how I really loved the visual effects of her hand like going through the dude's head and like sticking out his eye holes and nose and shit like that. Like that shit, I was like, holy shit, this is cool. And I also like the rated R part of it. How it's I love that it kind of, for people who haven't seen a Deadpool movie or kind of like aren't too familiar with like the other two Deadpool movies, now that there's like the Disney buyout and that they own Fox now and all that shit, having this rated R movie and actually Disney using Wolverine as, you know, as a character, like really making him in a movie instead of like a cameo or an end credit scene. It's literally like he's in this movie.
Yeah.
And it makes me, for me, Deadpool and Wolverine makes me excited for the future.
Okay.
For where the MCU is going.
I did like the when he would go around and met the different Wolverines, and then there was the short one,
the short king. That shit was funny, dude. I like the Henry Cavill one. Where, bro, that dude's jacked. Bro. He's fucking crazy jacked.
Do you think that it's real? Like, are you
like Natty?
That or CGI? Because you know they do that too now. They do a little
like I feel like that scene had, because I know he's jacked. Yeah. But if that's literally like nothing done to him, that's insane to me. Because that's just like his back. Yeah. And I'm like, God.
That's how I was feeling rewatching Guardians of the Galaxy, watching Batista. I'm like, bro.
No, yeah, he's that big.
Bro. Oh yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
He's and he is just a wrestler, bro. Like a wrestler body. Like he's a huge, bro.
And that's what's so crazy, and that it's just makeup on him. I think in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, it took like 6 hours to do that makeup on his body, and then by the second movie, they were like literally all these makeup studios want to be a part of any Marvel movie because that's like the perfect platform. Yeah. They were literally opened it up to like, if whoever can get this makeup process down to 2 hours, you get the job.
Oh.
And so they did that, and so now for the second movie, they had the same like makeup style, but it was done in less time.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's just insane that Batista can just you could put gray and like some red like design over him, and it's like he's still fucking like you still see how huge he is.
Yeah, that scene where they're getting their new suits for the last fight, and he like has the jacket, throws the jacket. He's like, yeah, I'm not wearing this.
But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, it sucks that it's over, but James Gunn, he got fired from Marvel because apparently I think there were some old tweets that like got brought up or some shit.
Something happened.
And he got fired from Marvel, and then he went to DC and then made the Suicide Squad and the remake, like basically like
I haven't
the
watched that one yet.
That one's a lot better than the first Suicide Squad
it
movie.
Has to be. There's nothing that
because
can be worse than that.
Because the Suicide Squad in 2016, I think that came out. That fucking sucked ass, dude. It was so bad. It's so corny, and it really tries to copy what the first Guardians of the Galaxy did, and you can just tell because of the music, the cue, like the drop, just like the needle drops in the middle of the movie. Like they try so hard to make it kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy with like the ragtag group where it's a bunch of like not sellouts, but like
misfits.
Yeah, misfits and shit like that. But it's like that shows how good Guardians of the Galaxy is, because that Guardians of the Galaxy could have been a fucking disaster.
Oh, for sure.
But like James Gunn is so good at these dynamics, and he cares so much about these characters that he did it perfectly for 3 straight movies. But once he got fired after the second movie, and then he got hired to DC. He wanted to redo the Suicide Squad. Did it not great, but way better than it was, and it was really successful. It came out in like 2021, 2022, and it was so successful in the middle of the pandemic. Like literally, he did so good for DC in the middle of the pandemic, and Marvel was so desperate. They're like, "All right, come back. We'll let you finish Volume 3." and he finishes Volume 3, and then now after that he leaves Marvel. Now he's starting a whole new DC universe, like reboot, basically. Like there's the new Superman movie coming out next year.
Oh damn!
Like I think it's called Superman Legacy.
That should be interesting.
But yeah, like James Gunn, I like his movies, his Marvel movies, because you can tell he cares so much about these characters, and he wants to like do the fan service, but also do his own thing.
Yeah.
But he more so wants to do his own thing, and that's honestly all you can ask from any filmmaker. But I'm excited to see what he's going to do with DC, but I'm also excited to see what he's going to do, what Marvel's going to do with Fantastic Four coming out next year. Yeah. I'm unbelievably excited for that shit, dude.
So, I mean, I think I know the answer, but do you think Marvel is dead?
Not really, no. Not like they can't, because they still haven't tapped into like the most they can do.
That's true.
Because they have a Fantastic Four movie there where it's the perfect time to restart. To where it's like
that's when they can't figure it out, bro.
Because they tried it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And so with the first one, it's stuck in its time, like the Jessica Alba and Chris Evans one. That one's so stuck in its time, and it's so like it doesn't like it just bought into the hype of it was made because it was buying into the hype and success of the other superhero movies, that they were like, fuck it, Fantastic Four, let's put a fucking Jessica Alba, she's super hot and popping right now, let's fucking have her naked in a scene. Like it's so like tasteless, you know what I mean? And then the Miles Teller,
it was like made to be a box office movie.
Yeah.
And
like I enjoyed it when I was a kid, but then like it doesn't hold up at all. Like it's so stuck in 2005. Like it's ridiculous, dude. And the Miles Teller one with Michael B. Jordan, like that one, like the production on that one was so bad. Like have you ever seen Chronicle? The one where it's like the teenagers who can like fly and they're in Seattle. Like it's a really good movie, and it's shot like a documentary.
Oh wow,
it's really good movie. And then so that director, that was his first movie. It was like a really low budget, kind of like sci-fi, like superhero-esque movie. And then he got brought on by Fox to like, let's do a Fantastic Four movie, like do that. So he did that, and he had a perfect script and he had a good idea, and then he got fired because he wanted too much creative control on the Fantastic Four, and so it like basically just got taken over by the studio, and they just did their own thing, edited, and so that's not even like his movie anymore. So that's why that really failed. And then now, like 10 years later, 11 years later, they're doing another one, and it's just like, people have forgotten about it, people have made fun of it enough, and it's just like, we accept it, it's in the past, let's fucking move on. And so that's why I'm excited for it, is because Pedro Pascal, dude, the cast is amazing. It has Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Vanessa Kirby. Like it's gonna be great. Like I don't have a doubt that it's gonna be great. I feel like I already have an expectation of that. But if it's not that good, I mean, it's a Marvel movie. Like a lot of Marvel movies are not great. You know what I mean? But it's just like, it's just my connection to these characters, and I can tell that now Marvel kind of gets that they need to listen more to the fans rather than just kind of be over controlling. Fantastic Four, it's going to be sweet, and they're going to do an X-Men movie like later, like 2027, I think 2026. Like
what's well,
we're kind of
we're already.
Do you mind?
No, so what we'll do, we'll close it out because we already did the Deadpool, the Marvel. We covered a lot. Yeah, but to end it off, we'll just we won't go into too much detail with it, but maybe name a few upcoming movies that you're looking forward to.
If I could grab my phone, there's a movie coming out called Strange Darling. Coming out. I saw the trailer for it, but I honestly don't. I would recommend don't even watch the trailer. Just go into it blind.
I never watch trailers,
dude. Go.
I love not watching trailers.
Go watch it, dude. I promise you, like
that's a good one.
It's gonna, bro.
Okay, so
Strange Darling. Hold on, one second. I have a whole list of like all the movies coming out this year on my phone.
Oh,
on Letterboxd, actually.
Oh, that's dope.
Go follow me on Letterboxd. If Manny could hook me up and put like a link in the description or something.
Oh, I'll do it. I do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got
shout out to Manny. Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah, shout out to Manny though. But yeah, I'll put it in. Shout out your Instagram too.
Oh yeah, at Nathan.McGeorge. I post a lot of the shit I'm gonna end up doing on YouTube on there. I put like everything I want to like announce basically goes on there. It's not all the time,
Yeah.
or anything like that. Another great movie, I should say. I have a ranked list of all the movies I've seen this year. Number 2 that I've seen, it came out last month. It's called Long Legs.
Oh yeah. My boy Mike was telling me about that one.
Yeah,
too.
dude, that's my
I heard it's good.
second favorite movie of the
Yeah.
year so far. That
Is that Nicolas Cage?
as Long Legs, yeah,
Okay.
because it's like a serial killer drama horror movie.
Bro, I thought it was a spider movie. Like when I seen the title, I was like, "Is this like a sci-fi movie?"
What I also really liked, it's on Apple TV Plus. I'm sure not. I'm sure I'm.
I had it for one show and then I got rid of it.
There's a movie called The Instigators on there with
Instigators.
Matt Damon and Casey Affleck.
It's a good one.
I loved it. It's not a great movie, but it's very pulpy. It's very just like, it's fun to watch. It's a good time. It's not like this drama epic kind of crime movie. It's a fun like heist movie that has to do with Boston. Like I always appreciate the Ben Affleck, Matt Damon circle, like their whole camp. I always like all their shit.
I do
Like
too.
they're not my favorite fucking filmmakers in the world, but it's like I can
cool.
appreciate a lot of their, like what I appreciate is their love for their city of Boston. Like I love how their sets, like they always shoot on location in Boston in certain bars or certain whatever. Like I think that shit's sick because that's what I want to do.
Yeah,
You know what I
anything
mean?
they do is like real from what they like.
It's from
They
there.
don't like stray off from that.
And then movies coming out. There's a Marvel movie, the Craven, the Craven the Hunter coming out. It's not gonna be great. The trailer looks like shit.
Yeah.
But like I'm gonna watch it.
I think the one I'm looking forward to is the Joker.
Joker, yeah.
What is the name of that one?
Folie à Deux.
Okay.
It's good. I've heard it's gonna. I think it's gonna be a musical, with Lady Gaga. I really liked the first one. I think I saw the first one in theaters twice.
Me too, I think.
I think Joaquin Phoenix's performance was so fucking good.
Yeah, that movie's going to be sick. I
And
can't wait.
yeah, that one. Oh, I don't know if there's anything else that came out. There's a
The only other one that's like a big one that people are looking forward to is the Gladiator.
Gladiator 2, the Ridley Scott movie. That I feel like people are gonna get hyped about, but it's gonna be like not good.
think
But it's
so?
just like I feel like people aren't gonna like get it or like appreciate it because of Ridley Scott and where he is in his life now. He's a lot older now.
Yeah.
And the first Gladiator, I feel like a lot of people are gonna watch it, aren't gonna like appreciate, like didn't watch the first one a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I was just gonna say, where was Megalopolis was another one. It's Francis Ford Coppola. It's his first movie in fucking over 10 years, over 15 years maybe. Do you know Francis Ford Coppola? He did The Godfather, Apocalypse Now,
Oh,
Bram
damn.
Stoker's Dracula. Like
Okay, so yeah, I do know.
he's one of the best filmmakers of all time. Like he's a film god.
Yeah.
Like he did all the Godfathers obviously, but this is his first movie and it's like self-financed.
Okay, yeah, I do know of this movie. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like self-financed. He sold obviously his Coppola wine company. It's like literally all of the movie.
I think you told me about this movie maybe last time. Not on the pod, but off air or
off
something.
air?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's literally all himself, and it's funny because they just dropped a trailer a couple of weeks ago of it's such like a bold move, but the trailer is like the beginning it shows like The Godfather, and it shows like, oh, it's so full of itself, like all the bad reviews, and then shows like Apocalypse Now, and then just like a failure and a mess, and like it's all the bad reviews of this, and then it shows all the bad reviews of Dracula from the 90s, and then now he's like from the visionary director Francis Ford Coppola, like in what's his name, Lawrence Fishburne is like narrating it.
Oh wow, that's tight.
And it's so sick, dude. Like he's literally like keeping the receipts of like all the bad reviews from like some of the best movies ever made. And so like now this is his full vision. There's no production company involved as far as making the movie. Utopia Films actually bought the distributing rights to it, so they're gonna be the ones that are gonna be like putting it in theaters and doing all the marketing and shit. But as far as like actually making the movie, he did it all himself, self-financed, like millions and millions and millions of dollars. Like he's risking his entire fucking life on this movie, and because he was so detached, like he wanted to get far away as possible from these production companies, and he wanted to make it purely himself, his vision, no interference at all.
Wow.
So, and that's coming out in September.
That's
I don't know
scary.
when's this episode going to come out?
This will come out probably the second or third week of September.
Oh, okay, so it'll probably be coming out very
around
soon.
the same time. Yeah.
So
go check that out. If it's out, I'm gonna check that out.
I'm
too.
excited to see it because it's Francis Ford Coppola.
I know that's sick. But yeah, this was dope, bro. Thank you for coming on Beyond the
yeah.
Brand podcast. It's your boy Angelo. Check us out on. We never say it at the end, but go on Instagram, follow us, YouTube, Spotify.
You guys
Apple
gotta plug
Podcasts.
yourselves.
I know we never plug ourselves. And then check out Nate. He's on YouTube as well. What's the YouTube?
I do it on the None of This Really Matters YouTube. I just post on there. You could watch all the older episodes. I do it so like if you want to check out all the podcasts I did, it's all on there. And then my new videos I'm gonna be posting on there soon. I'll probably have videos by the time this has come out, maybe a couple of them. So
yeah, let's get to it. All right, y'all have a good day. Peace.
Peace.